everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Today's video is going to be a fun one. It's going to be a tutorial on a look for Valentine's Day. Today is the 12th that you are seeing this, so 2 days before Valentine's Day, the beginning of Valentine's weekend. I know that my husband and I will be having our date on Saturday, aka tomorrow. So I just thought I'd do a really fun look for Valentine's Day. I just wanted to play with some blushy tones, some pinky tones, and you definitely don't have to do a pinky toned look for Valentine's Day. I just saw it as a great excuse to put pink on my eyes because I really like pink eyeshadow and pink looks, although I do more regularly lean towards like bronzy eye looks, but I do really enjoy some pinky looks, some cool tone looks now and again to mix it up. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. I don't have a clear plan. I just have several options along the way and we'll just figure it out together. Before we get into it, make sure that if you have not yet, that you are subscribed to me here on YouTube and that you've rung the bell so that you can be notified when I upload new videos every week. Also make sure that you're following me on social media, which will be popping up right here below me. You can check me out there. Yeah, that's actually everything. So let's get into it. So today we're gonna start out how I always do. We're gonna go into foundation first. And for foundation today, I'm gonna be mixing these two lovely products together. I'm gonna be mixing the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. Wow, what a long name. And I am using the shade 30. I've really been enjoying this foundation as of late. It's a nice hydrating foundation as it says, and it's about a medium coverage. And I'm gonna be mixing that to really take up the glow. The Auric Glow Lust in the shade Selenite, which I featured in last week's video. So if you haven't seen that yet, make sure you go check it out because it's a good one. This is Samantha Ravindell's brand. Let's mix these two together. I really love these types of applicators on foundation, like the little squeezy tube that has a very fine tip like this, because I will just squeeze it onto my face because it's just my foundation, you know? And I just, but I'm gonna mix it with this, so I'm not gonna do that today, but that's what I've been doing with these types of applicators. Squirt some on the back of my hand, and I'm taking 2 pumps of the Glow Lust and mixing that together. Okay, let's start applying this to the face. So for Valentine's Day or for any date night type of situation, it's a special occasion, so I kind of like to go for a more medium coverage just to add a little bit more of a flawless kind of a look. And especially with kind of the game plan I have in mind today, we're gonna go, you know, quite glam. We're gonna have a significant amount of eyeshadow on. So, you know, we wanna make sure our base is nice and flawless, feeling really pretty on Valentine's Day while you get treated by your husband, your boyfriend, or even honestly, if you're just hanging out with some girlfriends and just having a movie night and eating some candy or something. It's always a fun time just to feel pretty in some glitter or whatever you feel pretty in. Or if that's literally nothing. You don't need anything on your face to make you feel pretty, but if you just want an excuse to get a little glam for fun. I love that. That's my thing for sure, is any excuse to get glam, I'm there. Because it's just fun for me. The Glow Lust is just making this so much glowier. Also, one thing this Urban Decay foundation claims to be like a 24-hour wear and hydration. And I actually have noticed is quite long wearing. So that's just something to note. I've noticed it to be a bit more long wearing than just my other foundations that I rotate in and out. Looking nice and dewy and reflective. We're just gonna let that soak in while we go into the eyes. I brought, for the palette shadow option, I brought the Charlotte Tilbury Pillowtalk Instant Eye Palette. Yeah, this is one of Charlotte Tilbury's bigger palettes. She usually comes out with these. She came out with one for the holiday, but anyway, this one has been available since, it's for a while now. Anyway, I just really love it for all the lovely pinky tones it has, and even these really nice like browns and peaches here in the middle as well. But yeah, I just thought that'd be really nice. This is definitely the palette I'm gonna use. But I think what I'm gonna do is, for a base, I'm not gonna use my regular eyeshadow primer, but in lieu of that, I'm gonna use the Smashbox Always On Cream Shadow in the shade Rose as a base to, one, you know, help my powder shadows last longer on my lids, but also kind of as a nice light pinky base for me to build on with these powder shadows. So this is just something I'm trying. So I am just actually gonna take a little dollop on the back of my hand, make sure there's not too much oil on my eyelids. And I'm just gonna dot that between. Actually, let me go ahead and zoom you in since we're moving to the eyes all the way in. Yeah, this is just a very, very light rosy tone. I thought it would go really well with kind of the direction we're going in today. I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and blend out the edges of this. Yeah, that's nice. That's exactly what I was hoping for. And I think it'll be a nice, like I won't even have to go in with a transition shade necessarily because this is such a really light shade. Moving into the palette here, okay. I'm just gonna start with this lightest shade over here, this lightest mauve tone, pinky shade. It's a really unique shade. It's hard for me to find shades exactly like this. The tone is just, it's not pinky, it's more mauve-y, but it's muted as well, and I really like it. Just gonna really heavily dip into that and start taking it into the crease. Yeah, that is a really nice combo, actually. I am enjoying this. So from here, I'm kind of trying to decide which direction to go in, and I think figuring out the lid shade will help me determine that direction. So I did bring out the Victoria Beckham Lid Lustre, and this is the shade Tea Rose. It looks quite neutral there, but it's like it's got almost like a purplyness to it, but with some gold reflect. It's really, really pretty shade. So that's an option. There's also some really nice options here in this palette. I really like this shade right here from the first little trio. It's like a nice warm peachy kind of a shade. And then there's these really intense pinks, purpley over here in the last section. Very intense pink and a deeper magenta kind of a shade. So, which direction? I don't think I want to go super pinky purple. Should we get the husband's opinion? It is Valentine's Day. Hey babe, yeah. You come here please? Want to get your opinion. Join me.
Oh, join you?
Join me.
In the video?
For my opinion, yeah, for your opinion.
I gotta put a hat on, my hairline's not where it needs to be.
Fine.
1 second.
I need your help with a lid shade decision. So these are the options we have here. Let me kind of re-swatch over this because you really can't see it. So this one is the like topper, and then these are all from the palette. So this one's kind of like purpley, but it has gold reflex. And this one's like a peach. And we have like a more like pink, and then this one's like a deeper magenta.
I'm between the two on the end.
The two on the ends?
Yes.
Okay. So either the topper or like the magenta.
I'm curious to see actually what this topper looks like.
On the lids?
Yes.
I can do that then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna go with the Victoria Beckham.
Great.
The lid lustre, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I just thought it'd be fitting since it's for Valentine's Day. And often if we're going on a date, I ask you for your opinion on what color you'd like me to wear or something.
Right.
Love you.
Twinsies. We're so cute, look at us.
All right, so the husband has chosen the Victoria Beckham. With this in mind, I'm gonna go a little warmer since this does have gold reflex in it as the main glitter to it, and the base is more purple, kind of a base color. but the reflect is gold. So we're gonna go in a warmer direction. So from here, I'm gonna move into this shade right here from the second trio in this palette. But yeah, these don't actually have individual names per shade. It's that these trios here have different names. And so it's, yeah, day, desk, date, and dream. I'm going into the desk trio in the darkest shade in that trio, which is like a deeper peachy brown. I'm gonna start that on the outer part of my lid. I'm gonna kind of dip back and forth between darkest shade from the desk palette and go back to that initial shade I used from the day trio, the lighter purpley color, mauve, whatever. Mauve, mauve, mav. That is very nice. Let's match the other side. Now, let me add a little bit of depth. I'm not sure if I want to go really pink or really brown. So one of these other two trios, I think maybe I'll kind of mix between them probably. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'm gonna take a very, very, very small little blending brush because I don't want this to get too messy. And I'm gonna start out with this darkest pink shade from the Dream Trio on the end. And I'm just keeping this on the very outer V. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I think next, to add the final little layer of depth, I wanna balance out the purpley tone. I wanna add back a little bit of brown to warm this thing up again. I'm gonna go into this deepest brown from the Date Trio on that same tiny little fluffy brush to kind of mix those two colors together. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that, where we're at there. Time for the lid shade. Now I'm gonna just go into this with my finger. Ooh, really pretty. And press this on the lid. That is really pretty. That is very nice. Okay. Now I'm gonna go in with a flat brush, take some more of that shade and spray it down with my setting spray. I do this not only for the purpose of making it more metallic, which with these pots in particular, they're already quite glittery, so it's not gonna make a huge difference. But the other reason is it keeps it from flaking. It'll, like, you know, securing these shadows down to where they will not move or flake or fall, especially with something glittery like this. Also is great for getting really precise once you bring it more towards the inner corner, because it's obviously quite difficult to get a finger in there. Really, really pretty eye look. I quite like that. That was a good choice on Michael's part there. Now I'm gonna go in as usual with my Becca Undereye Brightening Corrector. Take a little bit on my finger, go into my inner corners, and I think I'm only gonna place it there for now because I'm using a quite full coverage concealer today. So I don't need to worry about the other parts of my under eye as much. Very nice. For concealer, I'm gonna be using my Uoma Beauty Stay Woke Concealer. This is the shade Fair Lady T1. This is a very thick, full coverage concealer. So I'm just gonna start out with that amount and go in with a brush and spread it in a very thin layer to begin with, because I don't want this to build up in one area, because that's when you can get creasing with a thick formula like this. And also this helps me be more precise when I'm shaping out my eyeshadow here. There we go. Okay. Just gonna add a little bit more. And I'm gonna take some on my chin because I have a giant zit down there, and some on my nose as well, just to add some coverage to the center of the face. Okay, now that I have it evenly spread in all the places I want it, I'm gonna go in with my sponge, which has now become a bit dry, so I'm gonna re-dampen it a bit. Now we are super concealed let's go ahead and add some eyeshadow to the lower lash line. I'm gonna start out with this shade that I initially started out with from the palette from the Day Trio, this really light mauvey color. On a fluffy little brush. Okay, that is the lower lash line. Okay, now I'm gonna go into mascara, and I'm gonna be using my Bite Upswing mascara. I'm just gonna start out with one coat on my upper lashes. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more depth to my lower lash line, just with a small pencil brush and the deepest peachy shade from the Desk Trio. Okay, that's much better. Okay, so I've got one layer of the mascara on. I'm gonna start on my brows. Today I'm gonna be using my Marc Jacobs Brow Wow Duo. I believe that's what it's called. Yep, the Brow Wow Duo. And I use the shade Light Brown. This has a tinted brow gel on one end and a precise pencil on the other end. There's a nice car beeping at us. This is something I've had for a long time. I just never remembered to use it, honestly. Just always kind of forget. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry down, and while I do, I'm gonna add another layer of mascara. Alrighty, there is another layer of mascara. Let us keep on keeping on with the brows. I'm gonna fill in with the pencil on the other end of this Marc Jacobs Duo. All right, and to fully set my brows into place, I'm just gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, a classic. There are the brows. All right, so I've added some mascara to my lower lash line, finished all my brows, finished off all my lashes and everything, and we're gonna move into the face, the rest of the face. So let's start with the contour. We are gonna contour today. I'm gonna be using the Uoma Beauty Double Take, right? Yeah, Double Take Sculpt and Strobe Duo Stick. Has contour on one side and a cream highlight on the other side, which that might be a really pretty shade for today. Maybe we'll use that, we'll see. Okay, but I have another one out here. Anyway, not important. This contour stick is beautiful. I love it so much. It's very pigmented. So I'm just gonna take it all the way back here, starting at my ear and pointing it towards the corner of my mouth, shining the top of my ear. Yep. And that's all I'm gonna draw there because I'm gonna blend it out. And this thing is really pigmented. I'm gonna go into this pretty densely packed brush and slowly start to blend this. And I'm gonna take the excess of what's on my brush and take it on the sides of my nose and underneath my bottom lip, which is what I prefer to do so that it's not too much product, like me like drawing lines on the side of my nose. It's just what's on my brush from blending this out so that I just kind of spread it evenly around my face. And now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of a fluffier brush and press that in further now that I have it in the placement that I want. Just gonna blend the edges out, basically. Really nice. Now we are gonna bronze. And for bronzer today, I'm gonna be using the Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Fair. It's a really nice cream product. It is the Tantour, so you could use it as bronzer or contour. I just happen to really like this shade as a nice neutral bronzer. This is also a very, very pigmented product, but one of my very favorites as far as cream products go. It has a really nice dry down, wears really well. I think that you would like this even if you're not a cream product person because of the dry down and the longevity of it. And it's just very easy to work with, and you literally need, that was just me dabbing into the product with my brush one time, and that's enough for my whole face. It is highly, highly, highly pigmented. I'm gonna add a bit more because I have a problem. I like bronzer the most. I love it. This product is just so layerable. You can just do really, really thin layers of it and slowly build it up. which is really nice. Perfect. Moving into highlight, what I had brought out here to use is this. This is the Danessa Myricks Illuminating Veil. This is a liquid highlight. This is the shade Serenity. It's a really nice liquid highlighter, really intense. I think I am gonna use this just because I really want to. It is gorgeous. It's like a peachy bronze shade, and I thought it'd be really nice, possibly for this look. Look how intense it is. I'm just gonna blend this out with my finger. Wow, that's intense. Look at this side. I'm very glowy, and look at that. Wow. Really nice. Taking it down, bridge of my nose. Wow. This is an intense level of shine we have here today. And I am here for it. Whew. We are definitely highlighted, that is for sure. That's a beaming highlight right there. Really pretty. And this is like a ton of product, and it's really intense. You could mix it into your foundation, but you would only need like a little bit because it's really intense. Okay, let's move into blush. I brought out two options just because I wasn't sure. Let me swatch them and we'll talk about it and compare. Well, now that I look at it, it makes a lot more sense because I just brought them out as options. Wow, these look the same, but they're definitely not. So over here I have the Nudestix. What is this even called? The magnetic plush paints. This one over here, yeah, is the magnetic plush paint in Saint Tropez. And then this is the Nars Air Matte Blush in Freedom over here. Now, you can see the slightest difference in them. The Nudestix is a bit warmer of a pink, and the Nars is a bit more of a cooler toned pink. So since we did go in a bit warmer of a direction, we're gonna go with the Nudestix Plush Paint in Saint Tropez. These are very sheer, so I will just straight up paint it on my cheeks with the doe foot and blend it out with my brush. Very pretty. Really, really pretty little fleshy flesh. Very, very nice. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, highlight my inner corners. Duh. Let me just take a little bit more of that veil on the back of my hand. Take a little brush into it. Take that on my inner corners. Cool. There we go. Nice and beaming in there. Okay, last thing is lips. I brought many options out here because I didn't know what direction I was gonna go in. So let's just swatch them and see how we feel. So, brought 3 lip colors out here. I brought the Victoria Beckham Bitten Lip Tint in the shade Sherry, which would be really nice for Valentine's Day since it's a stain, so that if you know, when you go out to dinner or whatever you're doing, or you're kissing, it'll stain your lips so that it's not gonna rub off. It's gonna last really well, so that's a great option. I also brought like a nice balmy lip product that'll just, you know, be easy to reapply, also comfortable to wear. It's from Pat McGrath. This is the Lip Fetish Sheer Color Lip Balm, whatever, in the shade Blow Up. And it's this one right here, this nice peachy kind of shade. And then I also brought out here my Vive Modern Matte Lipstick in the shade Coming In Hot for a brownier option, also matte, so again, long wearing. But which to go with for this situation? Maybe I will go with the lip stain from Victoria Beckham. Also, it is very staining because I just wiped off my hand and it's already stained there. So it's a great option for that. So in this case, with this lip tint, I really love it, but I like to apply it all over my lips first, let it dry down, then go in with my lip liner to define the edges, because I want to make sure I get a nice even coat over my whole lips. And weird thing, I don't know why this is, but this applicator really tickles my lips for some weird reason. And I can't explain it, but it really does. Here I go to tickle my lips. This is a really interesting, I mean, I really love this formula. It's so comfortable. It's a gel type of formula. It tickles. And it just has a really nice, satisfying texture. I only have a couple lip stain formulas, but none of them are quite like this. Is this the right lip color for this look? I won't know until I put like the lip liner on, huh? Which lip liner will I use? I think I'll go in with the Vive lip liner in the shade Brat. I think that's too pink. So let's wipe it off. It's gonna stain my lips, but I'm gonna put a lipstick over it anyway. You know what? Let me just stick this. I'm just gonna try all of them on, honestly. This is the Pat McGrath. No, I think I need a full pigment lipstick for this look. I think that's the thing. Cause I mean, it's a very glam look. You need full pigment situation. So in that case, I'm gonna go in with the Vive Modern Matte Lipstick in the shade Coming in Haute. And I say Haute because it's spelled H-A-U-T-E. Haute. And I'm gonna use the Vive Brat Lip Liner to kind of make the brownie a little bit on the pinker side, because this is a nice brownie pink liner. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Now the real question is, will I go do my hair right now for this video, only to just put it back up in a bun after, or do I just kind of make my bun part of the look? I think it's gonna be the latter. I think that's gonna be the deal. Well, all right, everybody. That is the finished look. This is the Valentine's Day date night makeup. I like the direction we ended up going in, the deeper eye than I planned. I kind of thought it would be a little lighter in tone and a bit lighter in general. But you know, I let my husband make a decision and it's where we went. And I'm really happy with where we ended up. I really, really, really like this look. I'm really into this eye look. Really beautiful. I love these eye toppers from Victoria Beckham. They're just stunning. They're so pretty. And I love this base. Everything about this look is excellent. Tops. I definitely feel really pretty. I feel very romantic, and I think it's nice, and I like the fact that it's a little deeper, so it's kind of nice and smoky, sensual, you know, for if you're gonna wear this for a date or something. So anyway, that is everything for me today. If you enjoyed this video, please do let me know down in the comments so that I can do some more tutorial type videos. If that's what you like, then that's what I will do. And let me know what your plans are for Valentine's Day. I actually don't know what we're doing for Valentine's Day. It is a secret. It is a surprise. And I'm trying my best not to figure it out before Saturday. But I usually do figure out the surprises that Michael tries to do for me, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna try not to. Anyway, I don't know. This setting spray, side note before we end, this Fenty Beauty, What It Do, is that what it's called? What It Do, like D-E-W. What It Do makeup refreshing spray. It is delicious. I love this spray so much. It is probably the finest mist out of all of my face mists. It literally feels like a cloud just coming to rest on my face. So pleasant. And I like the way it smells. Anyway, not that I need to be any dewier than I already was. Let me know what your plans are for Valentine's Day, or what you end up doing, whatever. All right, well, I thank you guys so much for being here and for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!